Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Welcome. My name is Yesenia Valenti, and I'm the Customer Marketing Manager here at Magaya, and your host for today's webinar that's titled Empowering Your Business with Supply Chain Automation. We're going to separate the supply chain automation hype from reality and break down the most impactful ways that you can automate your workflows so that you can attain benefits fast. We're also going to cover the implementation best practices so you can build an impactful automation strategy throughout your key supply chain workflows from the warehouse to the office. I have Gus Gomez joining me today. Hi, Gus. How are you?
Hi, Jasenia. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Glad to have you here with us. So Gus is our senior solutions specialist for strategic accounts, and he's been with Magaya for over 10 years. He's super passionate about fostering relationships with our customers and helping them find the right solutions to their pain points. Gus has a lot of knowledge in the Mexico and US cross-border logistics space as well as warehousing. He's based in Houston, Texas, and he's an outdoorsman who thoroughly enjoys mountain biking. And I have to join you one of these days on a mountain bike run.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I'm sure that most of you already know the drill by now, but for those of you that are joining us for the first time on our beautiful new webinar platform, I'll give you a quick tour of the console. So first we have the media player, which is where Gus and I are going to be living for the remainder of the webinar. And then we have our slides so you can follow along. There's related content that contains everything from helpful links and guides, collateral, and a copy of today's slides that you can take home with you. There's the Q&A button, so make sure to drop your questions here so that when we get to the Q&A portion of the webinar, we can get those questions answered for you. And then under presenters, you're going to see our bios. There's poll questions that are going to be launched during the course of the webinar. And then the get a demo button where you can reach out to us for an in-depth demo that's tailored to your needs. Feel free to adjust these modules as you see fit. You can make them bigger, smaller, and minimize them, and still be able to access them from the toolbar below. So make yourselves comfy. And with that, we'll get started. So automation has taken the industry by storm as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's here to stay since other disruptors like geopolitical conflicts and labor shortages are continuing to pop up and are forcing the industry to think of effective ways that they can respond to rapid change. So here is where supply chain automation tools have given logistics service providers new ways that they can cope with uncertainty and keep their business processes and products moving without the need for direct human intervention. And yes, of course, purchasing new software comes at a price, but when you're living with aging or obsolete freight forwarding software, you're also going to pay a price daily through eroding profit margins, poor customer service, and productivity losses, with a higher risk of errors, and I mean, the list goes on really. So why not pay the price up front so that you can yield the largest and most impactful results? So think of it this way. Have you ever attempted to take on a home renovation without the right tools? Probably not. And if you have, there's a high chance that you took 10 times longer and yielded unattractive or even dangerous results, right? So it's going to be the same thing for your freight management system. If you're trying to run a modern, flourishing, competitive business without the right software foundation, you're going to face major struggles. And guys, it really doesn't have to be that hard. So Gus, can you now take us through some of the challenges that we can solve by automating processes?
Of course, Yesenia. We're going to be covering a few of them. There's a ton, but the most common game-changing ones will be, to start with one, be definitely lack of real-time visibility. As you know, with consumers' sky high expectations for delivery speed, it has become a race to get shipments from origin to destination fast. But the lack of real time visibility of the cargo at every step of its way, it makes supply chain uh, one of the biggest challenges, right? So that's one way that you can stand out from the competition. The second one could be definitely your customer service when it gets overloaded. If you have a customer service team and is getting bogged with down calls and emails, it's because you don't have an easy way to provide your customers with the details that they need and the visibility into their cargo shipments, like when a shipment is arriving from point A to point B, or if there is any potential delays along the way, right? This is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most important, uh, issues, right? But then we have when you have a paperwork backlog, right? Bureaucracy in logistics is a day-to-day, event. So when it comes with the territory as a free forwarder, from customs forms to customer invoices, you got an endless queue of forms to fill, each with its own requirements and deadlines, right? So if you're still conducting business by email or fax, you're adding needless steps to an already complex process, wasting precious time and risking introducing costly errors. Then we're going to go into number four, that will be suffering for recurring IT headaches. If you are in the freight forwarding business, not computer maintenance, managing all self-hosted software on your own servers brings your whole business to a halt when something goes wrong. So much time is spent on troubleshooting, upgrading, and maintaining hardware and software that aren't even properly securing your data. Huge issue nowadays. Then we go to limited integration capabilities that are holding you back from unified supply chain. Seamless integration is holding you back from creating a more responsive, agile, efficient, and customer centric supply chain because you don't possess new technologies that are adaptable and communicate via APIs with all the various systems that you may use, from an ERP to accounting and there more. Therefore, adopting a unified approach is hard. And then we're going to go to scalability issues, uh, mean that you have simply outgrown your old software. This is something that you see every day. It's not secret that as your business expands, the demand placed on your operational tools increases as well, right? So, however, your current freight forwarding software struggles to handle higher volumes of transactions or cannot support expansion into new markets or services, hindering your business growth potential. And the last one will be security enhancements. You're dealing with sensitive information daily, and cyber attacks are on the rise. A cyber incident is extremely costly and detrimental to your business reputation. But your current software lacks the defense needed to protect against the newest cyber threats, which evolve all the time. It also does not have regular updates to patch security vulnerabilities and protect your data from authorized access. Additionally, it does not have compliance features that help you meet the latest industry regulations and standards, ensuring your operations are not only secure but also legally compliant. Um, let's take a poll to see which of these challenges are hindering your operations.
Yeah, all right. So let's take a look and see. So, which of these challenges have you been experiencing? It could be the lack of real time visibility, you're having issues keeping up with customer service demands, there's a paperwork backlog, maybe you're having recurring IT headaches because you don't have the expertise to, manage your servers. There could also be limited integration capabilities, as we talked about, scalability issues, and securing your data. You can pick a few of these. So I'll give you guys a few seconds, and then we can take a look at the trends for this webinar today. So, All right, let's take a look. So it seems like there's a tie between a lack of real-time visibility, poor customer service, paperwork backlog, unlimited integration capabilities, and scalability issues. Wow, guys. Luckily, we do have a plan for you guys to help you out, and we'll start with the best practices. So I'd suggest taking a structured approach to create meaningful advances in digitalization. And it's going to require a disciplined and structured approach to technology selection and deployment. So you'll need to develop a systematic approach to innovation that'll allow you to stay informed of what is happening across the supply chain technology landscape. You're going to want to identify and vet the most promising vendors and technologies and move those technologies from proof of concept to commercialization within your company's network. So as technologies are moved from one stage of the process to the next, knowledge of processes are going to be transferred from the digitalization team to the rest of the organization so that you can ensure successful commercialization. Progress is also communicated throughout the organization to promote understanding of and the support for the company's digitalization journey. So communication along this process is going to be very essential. So to continue to optimize, the same approach enables continuous improvement in the supply chain operations. So it should be applied to digitalization technologies. So don't be satisfied with the initial level of performance a solution achieves. And even if that performance meets expectations, almost all digitalization technologies offer the opportunity for continued optimization that increases their value. So this is now occurring not only at the process level, but across processes as an orchestration, which is going to enable dynamic resource balancing and optimization. Also, don't be afraid to be first in supply chain digitalization. It could create competitive advantages for you, not only in those organizations that deploy technologies before competitors, but while there is also increased risks in being an early adopter of emerging technologies, those risks can be effectively managed through the structured innovation process and disciplined approach that we just talked about to provide the value and mitigation of the risks that come with the new emerging technologies. So think of it this way. You're going to be pioneering strategies to orchestrate people, technology, and equipment with the warehouse and across the supply chain to eliminate bottlenecks, respond faster to changing requirements, and optimize resource utilization. So, Gus, can you kind of take us through where we should start implementing automation first?
Of course. Okay, so I would recommend starting to automating few key areas such as inventory management. That is definitely a crucial part of any efficient supply chain. Um, Having visibility into inventory helps you forecast more accurately, right? Without inventory visibility, you can have accurate demand planning. Software that tracks inventory in real time monitors the item's velocity and automatically reorders stock per item and demand specific criteria that will provide valuable insights into the strengths and weakness of your company's inventory management strategy. It also enables data supported planning and decision making, right? Then uh, customer communication and visibility, uh, constant communication, right? Timely updates and reliable documentation are crucial to an efficient supply chain. You will need true end-to-end supply chain visibility and must account for every aspect, including suppliers, partners, warehouses, and shipping carriers. Real-time data sharing across the supply chain provides a bird-eye view of the entire chain and more granular information about each node. This level of visibility reaches the customer in the form of real-time tracking of deliveries. Then we're going to go into document management, managing purchase orders, custom paperwork, inspection reports, bills of lading, and other supply chain documentation that can be a complicated process. Since supply chain documentation involves multiple business units, it often suffers from inconsistencies, disconnects, and misalignments of processes and goals due to siloed functions and departments. That creates confusion and can reduce responsiveness while increasing errors, costly errors in this industry. So, investing in a solution that provides centralized hub for all supply chain documentation and serves as a comprehensive source for decision makers. Uh, so, if you want, Yesenia, we can go to the next poll.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see if you guys have implemented any of these automation tactics. So it could be either inventory management. We also have customer communication and visibility. There's document management, or maybe you haven't implemented any of these. I think inventory management is definitely very important. We're going to cover this a little later, but when you do have inventory management, you're going to be able to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to predicting trends and seeing when your peak seasons are. It could depend where you live geographically. If you do live maybe, let's say in China, which is, as you all know, a huge hub for logistics, might be different than someone who lives in the EU. But let's take a look at the results. All right, so none of you have implemented automation in inventory management or customer communication and visibility. It's been mostly in document management. So lucky for you, we're gonna go through a few tips and benefits of automation and give you some solutions and ways that you can automate your day-to-day. So let's get into it. All right. So what are the top benefits that supply chain automation tools bring to an organization? So for starters, automation helps improve production and delivery speeds by freeing up your employees' time to tackle higher level tasks that require human intervention rather than focusing on repetitive manual tasks. So you see that through the document management some of you have implemented already. A modern freight forwarding system will also allow you to connect with various agents, agencies, and third-party software to exchange data and documents instantly. It's going to be so adaptable and able to communicate via APIs with all the various systems to keep up with the demands of modern supply chains, and it creates more of a responsive, agile, efficient, and customer-centric supply chain. So, Gus, I wanted you to recommend a few things for us for increased efficiency. And take it away.
Of course.
Yeah.
Look, Yesenia, in the Magaya Digital Freight platform has an open API, and that was developed as a collection of web services that can be used with a popular programming languages, right? Mm-hmm. So there's essentially no limits to your connected supply chain. This open API is your gateway to a streamlined, optimized, and integrated logistic technology ecosystem. It's not just about stitching different technologies together. It's about creating a supply chain that is quicker to respond, more agile, more collaborative, and more focused on delivering value to your customers. Plus, you'll put as all stakeholders on the same page by unifying your tech stack, right? The Magaya Digital platform also makes it easy for you to centralize, streamline, and optimize your shipping and warehousing operations this way. You and your customers can accurately track inventory levels, minimize stockouts, and reduce the risk of overstocking, right? It will give you and your customer the ability to monitor the entire supply chain from suppliers to customers, ensuring efficient and effective management of inventory. Your customers also will have all the key documents and pictures in one place. Not to mention that you will both save time by avoiding calls and emails about inventory, warehouse receipt, cargo releases, or pickup orders, or even sometimes just asking you if the cargo is already there, right? Uh, they will have a 24/7 self service access. This is a great value added service that you can offer to your customers. They will be kept well informed without having to pick up a phone or send an email. And they can even receive instant notifications on the go with the real time tracking in the Live Track mobile app by Magaya that works with the DL Freight portal as well.
Awesome. Yeah, so I also have a few suggestions if I can interject here. Um, so there's also Magaya Supply Chain, right? It's a really well-rounded tool that's going to boost your efficiency, and it sits at the heart of the Magaya digital freight platform. It's going to help you streamline logistics operations in a single solution from shipping, warehousing, accounting, and just freight forwarding in general, really. It's a seamless real-time data exchange that facilitates the management of all supply chain processes and logistics operations. So from creating a freight quote to completing the necessary customs documentation, performing warehouse management procedures, and even last mile logistics. So in addition to saving you time, a modern supply chain network like the Magaya network, which lives inside of Magaya supply chain, allows you to communicate with customers, partners, and colleagues around the world, and also protects you and your stakeholders with secure encrypted data exchange. For communications from employee to employee, there's also a task management functionality that keeps teams organized and productive. Here, users can assign tasks to employees, set automatic reminders to alert them with a pop-up task reminder, and run reports based on tasks to track progress. And then when it comes to communicating with partners, you can easily reach out to the agents via live chat through the Magaya network, and you can even send transactions electronically with other network users without ever leaving the system. So let's not forget about the accounting capabilities within Magaya supply chain too. So we have a built-in accounting functionality, which helps you manage your finances effectively, and it keeps your operations and accounting synced in one platform, as well as automates the workflow, including recurring billing and periodic invoices. You're going to be able to manage your account receivables and accounts payables, as well as generate reports to provide a clear insight into the financial health of your business. Some of the integrated capabilities for accounting in Magaya supply chain include liquidation of operations or the creation of an accounting transaction with just a click. You're going to be able to view profit and loss by operation. You're going to be able to also assign role-based permissions to employees for greater flexibility, security, and control. You can have general ledger, a full suite of financial reports, bank reconciliation and fiscal year closing, and multi-currency accounting. So you're also going to be able to receive customer and vendor payments online via First Data and Veeam integrations that we have. So Gus, we also might have some attendees here with busy warehouses. Do you have any recommendation for warehousing solutions?
Oh yes, definitely. This is one of my favorites. The Dimensioner. The Dimensioner allows you to capture and save the dimensions, weight, and photos of your cargo quickly and easily. Right. These work for both pallets and parcels, and the size, shape, or material of the cargo being measured doesn't matter because the Dimensioner measures them all. Right. The data automatically syncs with Magaya Supply Chain, which is our TMS, in real time, and you can print labels after each scan, which can be customized to user specifications, right? So on the minimize cost node, as you can see here, our customer experience a 50% increase in annual revenue and recoup $40 of revenue per pallet on average, reduce overhead, and increase speed of receiving cargo. Many of our customers are using more than one dimensioner in their warehouse, which has really improved their operations. So we have the dimensioner, right? And the dimensioner can work hand in hand with our Flow WMS by Magaya, right? Uh, Flow WMS offers the freedom of modern mobile warehouse management with real time visibility and functionality that is needed for efficient warehouse operations. This will include inventory management and fast receiving, picking, and loading. This new generation of mobile warehouse management software dramatically increases warehouse productivity from a mobile app designed for Android and iOS. Not to mention, Flow WMS is designed to work in harmony with our Magaya supply chain and our Magaya Dimensioner, as I mentioned earlier, giving you the perfect foundation for the most efficient warehouse ever. Your data will automatically sync between solutions in real time. Plus, you can scan barcodes and take pictures with the Flow WMS app, and those will attach automatically to the items in your Magaya system. Um,
Yeah. So that's going to bring us to our next benefit, Gus, and that is the enhancement of the customer experience. So people value excellent customer service. I mean, it's no secret in this industry, and they'll often return or stay loyal to a business that offers it. So with an automated supply chain, you're going to be able to speed up operations, enhance fulfillment accuracy, and reduce delays in errors, providing better customer service, delivery, and the true perk here is that with the right solution, your customers are gonna be able to um, really take advantage of a customer service team that's not busy 24/7, responding to calls and emails. So they'll get a very tailored approach to their customer service. And then in addition to streamlining warehouse operations, you can digitize your entire customer experience with the digital freight portal. And this is the game changer here. It's a digital forwarder solution that's going to let your customers answer their own questions 24/7. And they can also do so from their own mobile device. And it's really a true win-win. Like I was saying, your customer service team won't spend all day answering calls and emails, and your customers are going to be thrilled by the visibility and convenience of the app. So they're going to be able to see schedules, quotes, bookings, and reportings. And you're going to be covered with a branded digital freight forwarding platform that's going to set your business apart from the rest. You're going to gain fast ROI from this kind of self-service tracking technology, which is going to give you productivity gains and customer loyalty. So it's a sure bet. We have a easy report builder that's going to enable your customers to build, download, and even schedule their reports for all transactions with you directly from your online portal. And it's going to give them priceless information and control. So you're not going to have to continuously build, download, and email reports. Your customers can also book their shipments based on a custom quote you've created for them, as well as create purchase orders online, and even shipments can be easily created from purchase orders. And your customers are also going to be able to turn a schedule, quote, or purchase order into a booking in seconds. They'll manage and track their shipments through a collaborative interface where milestones and events are going to be updated automatically, keeping all stakeholders informed at all times. And if there's a delay, they'll get notified. They can actually receive instant notifications on the go. with real-time tracking in the Live Track mobile app by Magaya, which is going to work hand in hand with the Magaya Digital Freight Portal. So by having all of your customer information and shipment details in one central location, you're going to be able to easily access the information you need to provide exceptional customer service, respond to customer inquiries quickly, and resolve any issues that may arise. So the last benefit, Gus, which in my opinion is probably one of the most important when it comes to your bottom line, is controlled cost. Can you take us through a few tips there?
Of course. So, as we previously mentioned, automating processes can help you scale down on redundant tasks, right? This eliminates the need for extra recruitment and helps you save money on overheads for other business expenses while simultaneously boosting the productivity of your employees and your profits. Modern cloud based freight forwarding software also frees you from IT headaches and takes cumbersome tasks of server and software maintenance, upgrade security, and more of your hands. Plus, cloud-based supply chain software has predictable cost structure, lower total costs of ownership, and the freedom to focus on what really matters to your business, your customers. Another advantage will be the ability to track data. Now that all lives in one place, helping you gather insights on product performances and uses the metrics to make informed business decisions. Insights by Magaya is data warehouse that aggregates all the data living on Magaya supply chain, our TMS, and displays them in a data sheet that can be used to produce visual representations or graphics of the data. Custom fields are included in this, and you can consolidate data from multiple Magaya databases. It will include out-of-the-box stories for finance, for example, transactions per month, profits per month, shipments per mode of transportation, amount of containers, trade lines, and with carriers and warehouse operations, of course, you're going to be able to see pickup order, cargo releases, or warehouse receptions per customer or per month, right? The data will keep you identify trends and outliners to avoid supply chain disruptions. For example, if you can predict when there will be a spike in demand based on past trends, you can prepare accordingly to ensure that you have the adequate resources available to fulfill your upcoming request.
This is what we were talking about earlier, right? Magaya Rate Management, though, also gives you a full visibility of quote performance and margins. So let's take a look at that. In Magaya Rate Management, you're going to be able to access a comprehensive database of surcharges, which includes detention and demurrage charges and free time guidelines for the world's top ocean carriers and hundreds of major global ports. Visibility into these costs and defined free time are going to be able to help avoid unnecessary charges. Access and compare rates here. You can view schedules and free time data, apply margins and additional charges to quickly generate your winning quote. Plus, it's freight allocation and incentive management, or FAME for short, is an extension that gives you full control over your allocation performance commitments, which helps you achieve the volume incentive program discounts that also boost your profit margins. So, all right, now that we went through that, tell us which of these Magaya solutions would come in handy for your operations based on what we just covered. It's Magaya Supply Chain, which can do it all, or rate management. It's a nice addition, a complementary solution to your current tech stack. There's the Magaya Digital Freight Portal. There's also Flow WMS by Magaya, Insights by Magaya that we just discussed, or maybe you want it all. We can definitely help you build a suite of solutions that is going to automate, as we've been saying, everything from the front end to the back end, warehouse, trucking, final mile. You name it, we got it. Okie dokie. Give you a few more minutes or seconds. Yeah, alrighty. And let's see our results. Okay, there's a tie between Magaya supply chain, Magaya rate management. There's also a tie for the lead between the digital freight portal, Flow WMS, and then Dimensioner and Insights are also up with Magaya supply chain and rate management. So I think the digital freight portal, as we can all see, is going to be your single source of truth for everything, and is definitely going to make your lives much easier. So with that, we have made it to the Q&A session. You ready, Gus?
Ready.
Awesome. Alrighty, so if you haven't done so already, you can submit your questions via the Q&A panel, and we'll answer them in the order that they come in. If there's any unanswered questions, we will also send you the responses via email. We have the first question here. Do I need Magaya supply chain to use the Magaya digital freight portal? I guess you want to take this one?
Yeah, of course. The quick answer is no, because this can be used as a standalone solution, right? The Magaya Digital Freight Portal can be used with the TMS or ERP, that is Magaya Supply Chain, or another end system of your choice. Thanks that we have an API-driven agnostic connectivity approach, it is able to connect to different platforms.
Awesome. That's really good. Like we said, our API is very flexible, so you can pretty much integrate any of our solutions with your current standing TMSs or warehouse management tools. The next question here is asking how customers see rates in the Magaya digital freight portal. So I can take this one. The rates are actually uploaded through Magaya Rate Management and fed into the DFP, which is the short answer. So any of the rates that we get through rate management will automatically populate inside of the digital freight portal. So you're going to have the best rates visible to you in the portal, and your customers too when they search for anything that they need there. So our next question is, what modes does the rate management system handle? Gus, you want to take it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can take care of all, ocean, air, and ground. And at this level, we can build multi-lane, if you want to call them like that. You can have a pickup that is going to be linked to probably a warehouse reception, and that warehouse reception then will be filling a container for an ocean shipment or air shipment. So yeah, we can manage all of them.
Yeah. Like I said, we do it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I'm going to give you this next question too, because it's your baby, Flow WMS. So it's asking about, would I be able to continue using Flow WMS if I lose Wi-Fi connection in the warehouse?
That is a great question, because anybody that has been using any type of mobile device at the warehouse knows that they work with Wi-Fi. The biggest issue with this is when the Wi-Fi is gone and you're in the middle of a picking or loading, that information get lost. So yes, you're going to be able to use Flow WMS, because Flow WMS can be installed in any Zebra device or Android or any Apple device as well. So it can work with the actual data plan that you have on your phone. So yep, you're going to be able to stay up and running with mobile data if your connection drops with the Wi-Fi.
That's awesome. All right, last question here. Is Magaya software available in other languages? I'll take this one. So yes, the software solutions are going to be available in English, Español, and Portuguese, and French is coming soon. I need to brush up on my French for that one. Haven't spoken French in about 10 years. So I'm not going to take a stab at that one and insult anyone on here that speaks French. If there's any other questions, we can take them now. Otherwise, we have concluded today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope that you enjoyed the webinar and left with a good grasp on how you can start automating your daily processes, as well as the automation tools that can help you do just that and get the most ROI so you can meet the expectations of your customers at the same time. So I'm going to be launching a quick survey now for you to fill out if you have a quick minute to spare. But thanks again for joining us, and we're here to help with all your automation needs. So don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.